Hello, everybody. This is Sharonda, and this is my podcast, Spiritual Sense. Today is January the 22nd, which is a Saturday, and I am going to proceed with a daily reading, tarot card reading for today. In this podcast, I go over a variety of topics in regards to the paranormal, supernatural. I speak on topics such as angels, demons, spirit guides, huntings, curses, pagan belief, and practices. And also I incorporate tarot card reading as well. This podcast is an open social discussion on those topics. I like to state that this podcast is for entertainment purposes. That means that I don't go priming and probing into anyone's personal affairs and presenting it on this podcast, okay? When you begin to get off into spirit work and spirituality, you will notice how many a times some things are by chance or even by happenstance, okay? So let me proceed. So I'm going to smudge my cards with my homemade smudge spray that I made myself. And this consists of Florida water, which I am very, for those who are out there, I could be a superstitious person in many instances, but also when I know that something works, it does work. The Florida water, it does work, whether it be mind over matter or whatever you want to refer to it, it works. And so, oftentimes I'm pulled by spirits to speak on such topics. Most of the time, I don't know what the reading is going to be on. Sometimes, when I say spirits, it could be in relation to someone who is, your everyday walks of life person. And many a times I may feel as though a spirit has stepped in, like I can sense someone who has transitioned to the other side has stepped in on the reading, okay? So before I proceed with my reading, I'm going to say, Father Supreme Being of all being, I don't know what this reading is on, but I do ask for clarity, understanding, insight, and capability in this reading. So please send your spirit angels or your spirit guides, guardian angels, warrior angels, and protective angels around to enlighten me on this reading as I proceed. So I have scrambled the cards, and I'm going to proceed to pick the cards. And for those who may be new to listening in, I do my tarot card reading different than the average person may do their tarot card reading. I think that's what makes tarot card reading so unique. You have to make it your own. And when you begin to work with the tarot card, it will coincide with your thoughts. Okay? Also, sometimes I may read a card verbatim, or it may be something in relation to the picture that's on the card, or a number or letter what's on the card, okay? In relation to the reading. I favor the 10 card Celtic cross. Card 1 being on the situation, person, or some type of insight or clarity. Card 2 being on the obstacle or barrier. Card 3 is what's above the situation and where you're trying to attain. Card 4 being the root of the issue or the reasoning. Card 5 being the past or what's occurring. Card 6 being the near future or what's occurring. Card 7 being the attitude. 8 being what's around or what you sense around. Card 9 being hopes, fears, and dreams. And card 10 being the outcome. Many times I may use a supporting deck for more clarity. And that's when I may pull out my angelic cards or my numerology cards. Okay? So I'm going to proceed. 10 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So, as I mentioned, when you begin to pay homage to your ancestors and those who, you once befriended or been in company with, they can assist you with your readings, okay? And as I mentioned, that's what made tarot card readings so unique, okay? So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then we have 1. Okay, so as I mentioned before, I wanted to be conscientious and positive when I do my readings, as we are in 2022, which is the year of excellence as we walk in greatness, okay? So card 1, I have 6 of Cups. It says happy home childhood memories. Card 2, this is the obstacle or the barrier. It says 7 of Wands, frustrations. You are able to overcome your frustration. You are on top of the situation. Card 3, I have 3 of Swords, deception, frustration, jealousy, broken heart. Card 4, I have Wheel of Fortune, elevation of money, overseas trip, completion, and phases. Card 5, I have Page of Swords, young woman to 25, spying or deception, reflecting back over your shoulder. Card 7, I have plans, hopes, wish card, highest, minor, canner. Okay, so me doing this reading right now, I do feel like this reading is in relation to money. I do show that many people right now are about to receive a financial blessing, a substantial financial blessing, but not just a financial blessing. I do feel as though there are going to be some business opportunities for some individuals, many individuals out there that are looking to go towards small business ownership. As I mentioned before, entrepreneurship, or even some type of partnership. So for those who are out there, this is your sign. I show right now, I did mention in some tarot card readings ago that I felt like there was an attack on relationships, particularly partnerships and business partnerships. I did feel that way. And I still feel that way. I do show that's in the cards right now. That there will be some renewing in terms of partnerships, businesses, and entrepreneurship. I feel like it's going to be more and more younger persons, as well as your change of career persons, people that they may not necessarily be young in age, but they're new to a new venture that is going to transpire at this time during this year, is what I show in the cards. And it's going to be some phases, some challenges, but you will see your way through, and you're going to see the rewards in your work. And what I mean by the rewards is going to be that aha moment. It's going to be that, okay, this is where I should be. Okay? So as I mentioned, I feel like this is focuses on those younger persons who's looking to get off into business ownership or even entrepreneurship or some type of partnership, as well as individuals who are looking to make a career change, like a midlife career change. And on your way, there are going to be some bumps in the roads. I mean, it's going to be some things that's going to have to transpire unfavorably. And as a result of that, it will send you on your way, okay? I do show that there's going to be some crossovers to take place. And what I mean by that is, it's going to be a breaking away of certain partnerships in terms of businesses for acquisition of more business-minded individuals that can help support the cause of your business. Okay. In terms of entrepreneurship, I do show that it's going to be favorable for many people who are looking to venture off into entrepreneurship, where you are the main focus, or you're the pretty much, as I mentioned, like the sole proprietor of your business. Card 7, I have 3 of Cups, celebrations, bright happenings. So it's going to take some advertisement. You're going to be able to see your venture into a new direction. It's going to happen by way of, I get this celebrated card, and many times when I get that celebrated card, it's going to be something that is like, like a mass communication. It could very well be advertisement. But it's going to be something that's going to capture your eye. And when it captures your eye, it's going to be like a sparkle. That's the only way that I can explain it to you. And that will be your sign as to, this is my new venture. This is where I should head along my path. Card 8. I have 3 of Wands. It says travel over land, surveying your kingdom. So it's going to take you to look at some business prospects outside of where you are. It's what it's going to take. It's going to take you venturing off into some different locations or areas, even looking into areas that you never thought to look in. It may take you going to another side of the country, or even out of the country, to manifest that business venture for you. Card 9, hopes, fears, and dreams. 5 of Wands, arguments, battles around you. There are going to be some, as I mentioned, it's going to be some changes. It's not going to be some favorable changes. I just put it that way. But that's life. We always going to be faced with one adversity versus the next. So I'm not going to say that it's going to be easy breezy, but it's going to be rewarding once you get through. Because, as I mentioned, this is 2022. We are on our path to greatness. And we want to walk in greatness by what? Excellence. Okay? Card 10. So I have card 10 in the opposite direction. Woman over 25, it says positive, fiery, outspoken. I feel as though that is going to be the challenge for you. When you are business minded or have business sensibility, many a times you're not going to be liked. Many a times, it's going to be a lonely road, or what have you. And that's could very well be why you have entrepreneurship. You have many people that are small business owners, or even in partnerships. However, there may be some type of conflict in personalities in regards to whom you could deal with in order to make the business successful. So sometimes there may need to be a renewing or revamping of your business venture. Okay, it may be that you would need to have someone as a consultant to come in and to rebrand your brand, take it to another direction. Because if you sit back and think about it, if you sit back and think about all of the commodities and the products that we use as consumers in this country, and I presume every other country, they didn't start off with one note. Everybody has to have a backup plan. Everybody has to have another a nest egg or a hidden gem to fall back on. And so it works the same way, if you're a small business person, particularly your mom and your pop type of business, there's going to be pitfalls. I mean, many of these corporations, are having to do the unthinkable in order to keep their doors open. So this is something that, with the changing of times and we're heading towards a new direction in this country, I do believe there is a revolution that is transpiring in this country, a new way of life that is about to happen. And we have to get on board or get on one accord to head towards that, because a lot of things are being phased out as innovation and technology is coming into place. But I do honestly feel as though I say there is an advancement in technology, but I do feel like there is a stagnation in technology as well. And not to sound hypocritical, because I feel as though you have a lot of the older population who are not so technologically advanced or even, savvy. And so I feel as though technology, there's nothing wrong with technology, but sometimes we have to, go back to the basics. Or even be aware of how to handle things if, some, God forbid, unforeseen events was to transpire. And so, as we head towards that, I mean, sometimes we may feel as though when a business is not successful, that we feel as an individual, well, hey, you got corporations that's falling every day. That's life. You can't take it personal, because that's how life is. And sometimes, it may take, going into a whole nother direction in order to keep things at bay. So I feel as though this reading is very pertinent to those individuals out there. I feel like it's an insightful reading in regards to business. I do show that there's going to be some ups and downs, but for the most part, you're going to see rewards towards the end. Okay? So I'd like to thank you for tuning in to this episode of Spiritual Sense. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you're more than welcome to comment below. Until then, you have a safe and wonderful day. Good day.